We're going to get deeper into that later, but for now, realize that every single possible reality that can be manifested already exists. Your job and your mission is to choose the one you would like to experience. Every single person has the right to experience whichever reality they want. Okay? This is your own personal intention, right? So understand that the current sector you're experiencing is determined by the frequency of your thought energy. What do I mean by that? Whatever particular thoughts you have, predominantly whatever your focal point is on, based on that, the current reality is manifested. Okay? Now, there's a masculine and a feminine aspect to it, which brings us to the mind and the heart.
Many people mistakenly believe that their life is predetermined and unchangeable because they've internalized this idea. This belief often leads to a sense of powerlessness.
Okay?
However, the truth is that you have the conscious choice and capability to alter your path. It's essential to break free from the unconscious acceptance of a fixed destiny. Two contrasting models of reality are presented, the fate model, which adheres to the idea of predestination, and the reality creator model, which empowers you to take responsibility and choose your desired trajectory. While instantaneous change may not be realistic, the potential to shape your reality always exists.
This is key to remember.
Shifts in your lifeline occur when your thoughts and emotions align.
Get into the ego.
For instance, if you fear losing money and continually think about it while your heart resonates with that fear, these elements converge and lead to a shift in your reality.
So now the choice
this
is
shift,
simple.
however, involves a delay due to the nature of physical reality.
The problem right now is
instead of attempting to change your current script, it's far more effective to focus on what you want to experience in the next moment. Accepting the present moment is a source of empowerment, enabling you to influence the future. And this is reality shifting, which is correlated with identity shifting. The moment you feel like a different person, that of which you desire to be, you start noticing changes around you. Everything will then start make way for your highest ideals to come true. As within and so without. The significance of emotional intensity and alignment is underscored. To manifest your desires, you must align your thoughts and emotions completely. This alignment is far more potent than mere belief, it's akin to having unwavering faith in your goals.
Now, what happens is, based on the alignment in your heart and mind, you're experiencing a certain reality. You actually come from the past, and based on what meaning you've put onto past events and what has happened in the past and how you internalize it with the heart and the mind and the alignment in it, you're experiencing this current reality. In your current reality, if you're wealthy or if you're poor, if you're sick or you're not, it's all a result of karmic proclivity. Okay? Yoga talks a lot about this, but essentially what that is you're experiencing something based on what you've done in your past life and how you've been conditioned in your current life. But what most people don't understand is just because it's predetermined doesn't mean you can't change it. Okay? Because we buy into the idea that it's predetermined and we can't change it, so be it, right? And that's why you can't change it. But if you really buy into the idea that you can change it from this moment forward, you can push your karma out the way you'd like it, okay? Everyone has that conscious choice. We're just falling and running around asleep thinking that we can't change anything, and that's why it happens, and that's why these same patterns keep running over and over again. So there are two models of reality. The fate model, where you believe that everything is predestined and predetermined, so you don't try to change anything at all. But the reality creator model, where from this moment forth, you have complete responsibility and the complete choice to pick which trajectory your life follows. Is it going to happen overnight? Probably not. But it is still a possibility for you to choose really which reality you want. Okay? So I want you to remember that. So here you are in your current situation and you want to move up to a different situation. Let's say if you continue on in this trajectory, you would keep experiencing the same thing. If you were to have a change of heart and get more negative, right, then you'd shift to a negative lifeline. So let's say this is the negative lifeline where things actually get worse. You could also shift to a positive lifeline where things get better, right? So how do these shifts happen? Please listen to this very, very carefully. How these shifts happen is when your mind and your heart comes into complete congruence. Your thoughts and your emotions are in complete congruence. That's when a shift happens. So to give you an example, with fear, right? If you're completely fearful of something and you fear losing money and you think about it, you think about losing money and your heart agrees with your mind in fear, then you come together in the thought and the emotion that you feel. And because of this coming together, a shift happens in lifelines. You're attuning your thought energy. The frequency of the energy that you're radiating is in direct alignment to that negative lifeline that corresponds with the fear and basically like losing that money. So because of that, the losing money situation actually happens. That reality actually manifests itself somewhere in the future. So what these things are, they're certain scripts, okay? What you're experiencing right now, the present moment, is continually becoming the past. So therefore, what you're experiencing right now has been predetermined by something else further in the past. So reality occurs with a delay. All of these manifestations occur with a delay because of the physical quality of nature. Because these things happen with a delay, there's going to be a delay in which you actually manifest the reality you would like to experience, okay? So the thoughts and emotions that you have now are going to influence the future reality you experience. Okay, this is just the quality of this physical reality, where everything will manifest with a delay. So what you're experiencing right now is occurring with a delay based on the thoughts and attitudes you've had in the past, and the thoughts and attitudes you have today is going to occur with a delay based on what you manifest in the future. Okay? So in that sense, there is no point trying to change this current script. Okay? People try to change this current reality instead of choosing what they would like to experience in the next moment. That's the biggest problem. It's futile to try and change anything that's happening now. Instead, choose what you'd like to experience in the next moment. Okay? Choose what you'd like to experience upcoming in your life. Don't try to change what is, because the best thing you can do is accept what is. And once you start to accept what is, then you gain the power to change what will be. Right? I want you to remember that. So when your heart and your mind come in alignment, whether it be worst case scenario or best case scenario, that's exactly when that reality starts to manifest. You shift into that lifeline and you follow that script up until the point that that basic parallel reality becomes a physical reality. Okay? So to understand that, if you become grateful about what you have and you become grateful and you focus on money and the abundance that you would want, and your heart and your mind comes together in it, then that's exactly what you're going to experience, right? Instead of focusing on the lack and scarcity, which is what most people do, and I'm going to describe this when we talk about the two biggest problems, focus instead on what you're grateful about and what you're grateful for. In that way, you're going to shift to more favorable lifelines, okay? So understand that present is continually becoming past. So present is becoming past. So the key takeaway I want you to take from this is when you achieve alignment in your thoughts and your emotions, a shift happens. So there are three qualities of your attention, okay? Your emotions that you experience is the meaning that you're putting onto these events. This is getting kind of complex. I want you to keep up with me, okay? Your attention has three qualities. There's a positive attention, a negative attention, and a neutral attention. What do I mean by that? Positive and negative attention have power to create reality. So to really understand this, nature doesn't give a shit about whether or not you have positive or negative attention. It looks at the intensity of that attention. If you really strongly feel against losing money more than you want to make money, then that's what's going to happen, right? If your emotional intensity and the fears you have are stronger than the desires you have, then you will keep moving towards the fears. This is what's common with most people. Their fears, they fear with all their heart. But when they love something, they don't love with all their heart. Because this is just how we've been conditioned, okay? So understand that any single thing you want to experience, you must have complete alignment and emotional intensity towards that. What do you really want? What do you want to see happen for your life? Do you really want that? Or do you want it because you want to avoid being poor, you want to avoid being lonely, you want to avoid being skinny or fat? What do you really want? What place is that coming from? Really look into that, okay? So anything that you want to experience, all you've got to do, the mission for you is to just completely get into alignment with it. It's easy to get the heart on board, but the mind is the thing that doesn't want to believe.
Connection, suggesting that true enlightenment and transformation occur when these seemingly disparate elements harmonize and function as one. In the context of our discussion, the mind represents the masculine aspect, symbolizing logical thinking, analysis, and reason. On the other hand, the heart embodies the feminine aspect, signifying intuition, emotion, and desire. When these two facets of our consciousness synchronize, a profound shift transpires in our lifeline. To illustrate this, we employ the lifeline model, a visualization that vividly portrays the concept of parallel realities and the impact of our choices. Imagine this model as a vast landscape containing every potential reality you could experience, each represented as a unique path. Your choices determine the trajectory you follow within this expansive space. The verse, "When you make the two one," alludes to the idea that when your mind and heart align, they cease to function as opposing forces but rather as complementary aspects of your being. This alignment fosters a state of congruence where your thoughts and emotions resonate harmoniously. It is in this state of harmony that you are best equipped to make conscious choices, to select your desired reality from the infinite options available. In essence, the mind-heart connection is not merely a philosophical concept but a practical tool for steering your life in the direction you desire. It's a reminder that true empowerment arises when you integrate the logical and intuitive aspects of yourself, transcending duality to create a unified force that propels you toward the reality you wish to experience. Karmic proclivity and the power of choice *. We delve into the intriguing concept of karmic proclivity, which suggests that our current reality is deeply influenced by our past actions and conditioning. This means that the events and circumstances we're experiencing today are, to some extent, predetermined by our prior choices and experiences. However, the critical point we emphasize is that predetermination should not be mistaken for an absence of agency or the ability to change our reality. In this context, we introduce the empowering idea that we can alter our reality from this very moment forward.
So, in want, you're focusing on movement towards. In need, you're focusing on movement away from. When you're in need mode, what happens is you look at the lack of money, you're like, I want to get out of the lack of money. How do I get out of the lack of money? Oh, do this quick job here and there, which keeps this cycle going on more and more. Because guess what happens? Guess how reality works? It doesn't care about the nature of the emotion or what you want, but the content of your focus. That's how reality works. Reality works in target fixation. Whatever you focus on, you will move towards. If you focus on getting away from something, then that something is what you're going to move towards. It doesn't care about the nature of your focus, okay? But it cares more about the content of your focus. You keep focusing on the bills you have to pay, you keep focusing on the debt, you keep focusing on the lack of clients that you're getting in your business, that's what you keep moving towards. That's what it keeps affirming. Remember, we discussed the positive and negative attention. It doesn't care what quality of attention it is. As long as it's positive or negative, you're going to move towards that. If you have negative attention towards scarcity, you're going to move towards scarcity. If you have positive attention towards abundance, you're going to move towards abundance. Okay? But it also cares about the sincerity of it. Right? You can't sincerely say, I hate money. You can't. And then have a lot of money. So it doesn't care about the nature of your focus, but the content of it. So all desires are born out of a place of resistance and need, right? That's the truth of it. You one day look in the mirror and you're like, I don't like how I look. Let's go to the gym. You look into your bank account and you're like, I don't like always being, saving up or being nitpicky about things and not being able to go on vacations. Let's make more money. You see, there's a difference in that. You look at it and the resistance is born, but immediately you focus on let's make more money. But you can't keep that let's make more money alive. You always keep turning back to, oh shit, it's not working. Oh shit, I'm not making money. Oh shit, I'm poor because of my past. So it kind of comes here to want, but then you go back to need. Want, need, want, need. It's not unwavering. That's the problem. If you can keep any single intention unwavering in one direction, you can achieve anything you want. And very, very quickly so. But the problem is you can't keep it unwavering in that. You have no control of your mind. Your mind moves in all different directions because of how you've been living unconsciously up until this point. Right? We're all innocent beings and we've been conditioned and programmed in a certain way, and it's much easier said than done to break out of that past programming. So don't be too hard on yourself. The problem is you also start to learn all of this stuff and you become hard on yourself. You're like, oh shit, I moved my focus in the wrong direction. Ah, damn it. But that's not serving you either. Right? So to really understand that, the point is to really solve this problem, you must get into a point where you consciously focus on want instead. Anytime you catch yourself thinking about the scarcity or thinking about what you want to get away from, instead just shift your focus to what you do want. This is very, very important. What do I want instead? Oh, bills. What do I want instead? Experience abundance, experience expansiveness instead of contractiveness. Right? Just remember to consciously shift your focal point to what you do want instead. So a great question to ask yourself when you find yourself mentalizing about what you don't have is, okay, I don't have this, what do I want instead? And then focus on that. This is why affirmations, visualizations, meditations, all of those things that get you into experiencing your ideal reality can be so powerful, because it just gets you directly into experiencing what life looks like when you do have all of these things. What does life look like? What is the experience? Don't do these things to get there. Do these things to experience the ideal reality, and the manifestation will follow as a result of it. Okay? When you get immersed in the process, the results come when you're not looking. All right? So, solution is to ask the question, what do I want instead? What is wanted instead? Simple. Just keep redirecting your attention towards what you actually do want. If life isn't going well, look forward and ahead. Seriously. I know it's very, very difficult because we get so engaged in what we're doing, we just keep running around in those unconscious mental programming. I remember I do this too. Whenever nothing's going well, in frustration, I'll try to escape the frustration by going on social media or, incessantly checking email or, just trying to distract myself by doing something. Just sit there and process it. Let it be. Let it sort of play out. And then focus on what you do want instead. And with that, I conclude this video.
Mind-heart unity. Reality shifting involves aligning your conscious thoughts, mind, with your deepest desires and emotions, heart. When these aspects come into complete congruence, a shift occurs in your lifeline. This integration is crucial for initiating change. The power of gratitude. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in the process. By focusing on what you're grateful for and expressing appreciation, you raise your vibrational frequency. This heightened state of consciousness aligns you with more positive lifelines and attracts abundance into your life. Shift from predetermination to choice. Instead of succumbing to the belief that everything is predetermined, shift your perspective to one of conscious choice. Recognize that you have the power to choose and shape your reality. This shift in mindset empowers you to break free from predetermined patterns. When you least expect, you reap. This principle emphasizes that reality shifting often occurs when you least expect it. When you're in a state of alignment between your mind and heart, opportunities and shifts may manifest when you're not actively seeking them. Trust in the process and remain open to unexpected positive changes. Focus on the next moment, rather than attempting to forcefully change your current circumstances. Shift your focus to choosing what you want to experience in the next moment. Acceptance of the present, with all its challenges, is the first step toward gaining the power to change your future. By concentrating on the next moment, you channel your energy toward positive shifts. Part 2 for this video is on the way. Subscribe. And also, in the pursuit of reality shifting, guided meditations play a pivotal role by facilitating the alignment of the mind and heart. These meditations offer clarity, emotional resonance, and subconscious reprogramming, aiding in bridging the gap between conscious intentions and heartfelt desires. By elevating one's vibrational frequency, maintaining consistency, and strengthening intuition, guided meditations expedite the manifestation of chosen realities. They serve as a powerful tool for reprogramming the mind, accelerating the process of reality shifting, and bringing desired experiences closer to fruition. In the description below I have links to guided meditation I use, that work for me.